Hey listeners, you're listening to the Midnight Readers podcast. Grab some tea, a midnight snack, and cuddle up in bed as we dive deep into today's most popular fantasy, sci-fi, and mysteries. We're your hosts. I'm Lily.
I'm Brittany.
And I'm Christy.
This season we'll be discussing the paranormal romance with political intrigue, mystery, and an Omega-verse flair. That's right, grab your future husband-to-be. We're headed to Bride's Alt-America Wear territory.
A marriage built on blood is strategy. A marriage forged in blood is diplomacy. But love is choosing the terrifying warlord and this podcast because they're both ridiculously fluffy. Calling all majestic fluffballs, this is your season.
In this episode, we'll be discussing Book 2, Mate, Chapter 31 through the epilogue, where the book resolves with lots of slippery plot points and a very fairy tale ending. Or a happy ending, if that's your kind of thing.
Yeah, it is. Before we get into it, this is your warning for major spoilers ahead. That includes both Bride and Mate, any interviews with the author, and online fan discussions. We're also avid fans of the Moss universe and might accidentally let spoilers slip for other popular romantasy book series as well. So in advance, like the books, this podcast is rated R, so be warned.
Also, a friendly reminder to please like, subscribe, and follow. You can find us on Instagram, Threads, Facebook, and YouTube. You can also join our growing community on Patreon for bonus content and more.
All right, well, I think it's safe to say that last time we left off, we had a lot of thoughts on how this book was going. There was a lot of discussion about what was going to happen, about how this was going to go with Irene and Nellie. Is that how we decided to say her name? Nellie?
I think in the audiobook, I tried to pay attention to the names, and I think it's just Nell.
Nell, okay. With Nell.
Mm-hmm.
And she frees his wrists at the last chapter, and that's where we kind of got stuck at our cliffhanger, but Brittany read a little bit farther, so we knew that, thank God, he brought backup.
Oops. Yeah, but y'all see where I got left on the cliffhanger this time.
Yeah,
I was like,
you also had a banger of a cliffhanger, but I will say, for all the discussion that we had over the last section of the book, it really doesn't even fucking matter because this entire book throws the plot out the back door, into the trash, rolls off the hill. There's no plot left in this book.
Magically resolves itself. Everything is fine.
And nothing is answered.
Like, don't get me wrong. I'm here for it. I am not upset with the way that the book ends, but I am
Agreed.
Shocked with how quickly they fucking roll up the rest of that plot line and put it into a neat little ball and just toss it into the trash can.
Yeah. Okay. I like plot. I like plot. I like the romance too, but I like plot. And
I mean, I don't dislike plot.
I know, but it's the main reason why I'm here. And
that's fair.
And she did such a good job of creating a complex plot for this one. I mean, the other, for Bride, it was a simple plot, but this one was complex and like, you know, there was mystery here and mystery there.
Yeah.
And then she just went,
yep.
I'm done.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I feel like at the end of this book, I was thinking, how many times are they going to fake us out with an actual mystery? Because we thought she was dying. We thought people were going to the vampires were going to kidnap her. That never went anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
anywhere.
It just all of a sudden is resolved. We don't know why. We don't know how.
Yeah.
What did Owen do to figure out who the vampire person was? What did he do to fix it? Why?
But why present questions that you're not going to answer? So the social worker, they lied about her age. Why? the social worker also, her hands were stained with blood, but he didn't smell that. So again, what?
His hands were stained with blood.
The social worker's hands were stained with blood.
No.
Was it his? And he handed her over and her shirt had green?
Yeah, that was his. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, at least the one question was answered. That's great. So we got one down for you to go.
And I don't know if she lied about her age. I don't think he thought she was 3 and they said that she was 7. And I think it was just a guess.
But it made it sound like the social worker meant to lie about her age because he thought she was 3, but yet they were telling him she was older. But it sounded like that wasn't the case.
I think that was just he's bad at telling how old she is because she was so malnutrition.
When you're malnutrition or when you're suffering from malnutrition, you don't look your age. You have growth. What's the word?
She was so emaciated. She couldn't, she wasn't filled out.
Okay, but y'all didn't get the feeling that the social worker was shady? Like there was something wrong there?
No, but I think that comes from the fact that she still doesn't remember and we don't know why. So we started this book going, did they wipe her mind? What was going on? There has to be something shady about it. And then no, it turned out there isn't anything actually shady about it. And
well, I think that's the frustrating thing about these two books is she is very good at writing a backstory, at coming up with interesting lore that she gives to her characters, but she doesn't see it through. What she sees through is the romance. And I'm not mad at that necessarily because this is a romance book. But damn, if you're going to put so much time and patience and love into this interesting story, at least finish it for me.
Yeah, I mean, it does make it confusing because again, it does. I can see where Christy would see the social worker as being shady because, again, we don't know why she can't remember.
Yeah,
we don't know what happened to Serena in that time frame at all.
Right.
Yeah. How did she end up in the orphanage? How did she get to be known by Misery's dad? Why does she not remember?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Exactly.
Why was it in the...
and who actually killed her parents?
Yeah. And why was it in the prologue presented as a man coming in and picking her up when it was 15-year-old Koen?
Yeah.
Well, and I guess I shouldn't say killed her parents. Who killed the guy that was in the bed? Because that wasn't Constantine, was it? Because he was long gone. He was letting them.
We don't know.
I think the guy on the couch is supposed to be Constantine. I think that's an implied. Yeah, I think so. But because I think that's the case, because when we talked about her mother in the last section, there's a lot of indicators in that section that he did not want anything to do with that baby. And that the mother, what's her name? Fiona?
Mm-hmm.
That she continuously reminded him, this is your child, because he didn't care about her. And then when we see that flashback moment, he's like, leave me alone, kid. I think it's supposed to be a connection. But the fact that we don't have answers about Constantine or about her mother at all, I think is infuriating.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love mystery. I love being bombarded with questions and whatnot, and being able to solve mysteries throughout a book series or a story or a television show, something. But you know what infuriates me the most? Not getting answers.
I mean, I'm there with you. I agree that by the end of this book, I was really shocked by how many loose ends I felt were left, or how many things we just didn't address again. I remember bringing up to Rachel a week ago or something where I was like, we still don't even know what happened to Misery's father. And while that doesn't really, I guess, matter in the long run, it's just an example of why can't we have any endings? Why won't she just give us what happened? Just tell us if you killed him. Okay, is he dead?
Yeah.
And one thing I wanted to ask both of you, because I don't know the different types of books like you guys do. So I know these are some type of book that basically each book concentrates on different couples. Well, is it typical in a series that focuses on that to not have those kind of inner world building where you would still hear what's happening with the other couple and that would be built into the story? Or are they just so separate that there is absolutely no forward movement?
It depends.
Most of the paranormal romances that I have read, you see the other characters show up and you might hear that, oh, they're pregnant now or something like that. So you get little kind of updates and you get cameos.
Okay.
But mostly...
I was wondering, like, Owen, was he able to take over? Was he able to, like...
Apparently.
How was he doing? But was it successful? Is he doing a great job? I don't know.
I don't know.
We just get this one line about Owen in the beginning and then, like, a line at the end where he magically made everything better.
Yeah, that's my problem is it feels like, just like the last book, everything was very tied up very quickly. I'm really happy with how the book ended because I enjoyed it. But at the same time, like I said, there's a lot of questions and I'm like, is nobody upset about the fact that her father was the cult leader? Like, is nobody upset about that? Because I feel like that's unlikely. And what's going to happen with the rest I can't believe that people were left alive. Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
I know. What the fuck? Especially Jess. Come on.
They left people alive last time and look what happened.
I know. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know this is a fairy tale, but my goodness.
Yeah. I
need a little blood in my fairy tale.
Well, that's the thing is, like, these books are presented in a way that makes you think they're not afraid to talk about that kind of thing. Like, we're not avoiding this type of story. You're actually right in the middle of it, and yet nobody is allowed to die.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
yeah.
That being said, since we've already kind of totally washed over the chapter by chapter, and I think that's okay because most of what happens in this section is sex, and I was blacking out during that anyway, so
before we move on from the plot thing, the other plot thing that really kind of pissed me off was the council. And I know that kind of comes after the sex, but
no, I'm fine. We can talk about whatever.
He decides that he's gonna leave the pack, and then she's like, no, and then the whole round everything up happens, and then the council's like, yeah, okay, we're fine with you having a mate and fucking. It's fine. Everything is fine. Even though they started out the beginning of this book as very antagonistic towards her and the idea of him having, and then they're just all of a sudden, everything is copacetic. Everything is perfectly fine. We're okay with this. What?
I was really expecting for us to at least see the conversation, like a back and forth. I can't imagine in my head that he goes and talks to them and they're like, well, she tried to die for you, so like it's fine now.
Yeah.
No, I expected at least a very grudgingly fine, we'll be watching you. Like,
yeah, I would have liked to, even if it made the book longer, I still feel like that would have been a great addition, and I would have enjoyed more of the scenes like that to kind of help finish it out some.
Yeah. I totally agree. And I think, you know what really is a missed opportunity in this book is the prophecy thing and the cult thing. I felt like it was going in such an interesting direction with when we meet Job. When he comes up and, scares the shit out of everybody, I thought that this really could have so much potential for, like, intrigue, and it was just, whoosh. Once we met Irene, there was, like, nothing.
Yeah.
We didn't even get the actual prophecy.
Mm-mm.
They never actually said anything other than, she's the daughter of Constantine.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is she supposed to do?
Yeah.
Maybe the prophecy was that because she's half-were, the prophecy is that she would be born. I'm not really sure, but the fact that we don't know is what's frustrating, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I felt like they created two narratives, one with a prophecy and this kind of supernatural alternate, explanation.
Yeah.
But then when it really came down to it and you're hearing the explanations from Irene And from Constantine's somewhat point of view, it's just more about being frustrated because they wanted something that was not theirs to begin with. And when they didn't get it, they threw a hissy fit. And that truly was the whole thing. But it kept going back and forth between those two narratives, it felt like.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't know. I just felt like, do we see her trying to write a third one? I
would read it.
If she did, do you think it will be Owen?
Yes, I did think it might be Owen if she writes a third one. That was my thought as well.
I think I would be willing to read a book about Owen, but based on these two books, I don't know, because the ending is always so disappointing. Although at least she didn't ruin Koen the way she ruined Lo.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, I enjoyed the ending. I did love the ending. I think if you go into it looking at more as an enjoyable, light read and not something that's going to be like a big mystery where it's going to wrap up.
I agree.
And you're literally there to enjoy the conversations.
Yeah.
Then I think it would be a happy place. And I'd definitely read a third book.
See, I agree.
Brittany's like, no.
If she didn't introduce the question herself, then fine. You know, I have read books that are just literally a romance and have had very simple plots and very little plot, but the fact that she leaves so much open that I'm sitting here going, but wait a minute.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't present a question to me and then not give me the answer.
I personally think Allie Hazelwood is fantastic at setting something up, but once we get there, she doesn't know how to
finish it.
She doesn't know how to round it out.
Yeah.
Another thing that I also thought I felt the same with was not in this book, but in Bride, when I felt like a lot of the setup for Lo was really great and I was really enjoying it. And then once we got to whatever scene, and I'm not even talking about the scene that pissed me off. I mean, like, most of the sexy scenes at some point let me down a little bit. I would be like, why aren't you going there? Or like, why aren't you taking it to the next level? And I know it's because she creates these characters that are like, they restrict themselves so much. But it's like, if you're going to have a character like that where his whole thing is he's broody and like holds himself back and he's too controlling, at some point he has to let go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me have that. Yeah. If you're going to write a romance with that, let me have the full let go. And I felt like at least I got that with Koen.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, this is what I needed with Koen. Like
a whole back half of the book.
Yes. That's what I needed.
It's the series was very much advertised on Book Talk and Bookstagram as, it's got an Omegaverse flair. And, you know, when people think about the Omegaverse, you're thinking kinky.
And feral.
And feral and all these other things.
Yes.
And to me, the sex in Bride was fairly tame.
I wanted him to fully teach her everything. You know what I mean? Like, eventually get to that point where he's like, this is how I really want to handle it. And I always felt like Lo didn't go all the way there, you know? And I felt like at least we got that with Koen and Serena.
Yeah.
What they had was something I wanted to see with Lo and Misery, and I was disappointed that we didn't. So yeah, I agree. You know what really got me about not to say we have to move on from the plot stuff, but you know what really got me when she and Koen were gearing up to do the heat.
I love that it's do the heat.
Nice, like that.
Yeah, ride out her heat. I don't really know how you want to call it. Layla, the doctor, is like, do you want these? And it's like contraceptives. And I was like, yes, you do want that. And then afterwards, she doesn't take them on the page. And I was like, oh my God, she's going to have a baby.
Yeah. Did she?
I don't know.
She's like literally.
We did not get there.
Yeah. She's literally waking up in the middle of the night. Okay. And I don't know how contraceptions work in this world, but in reality, it takes weeks and weeks and weeks for it to like build up. and didn't work. So
I was thinking it was the morning after pill that she gave her, like
Yeah, but then she is like literally waking up in the middle of the night going, and he's like, you need to be fucked. It's okay. It's okay.
He was right too. He was fucking right.
And just the conversations throughout.
They were so good.
Every single sex scene were fabulous. And the fact that she calls the globes of her ass.
Oh, my God.
I was like, my God. And then him biting it.
Yes, girl. Yes,
like it's a fruit.
Oh my God.
Though. She's spectacular at imagery.
I was flabbergasted. I was flabbergasted that they were alone. He's like pulling down her pants and underwear, biting her ass, and then takes a phone call, and she falls asleep.
Oh my God. I was like, where are you going?
I was also shocked. I was like, you're telling me he rips your pants down and you're not wide awake? You're not wide awake?
Well, how long was he on the fucking phone call? And who answers the phone at that time?
Well, she did insist. She did insist.
She did.
But still, she fell asleep.
It is a test. It is a test that he failed.
Yeah, it would have been a test for me. I would have been like, don't you fucking dare answer that phone.
Okay, so she was thinking logically at this time. Because Misery would have forced Lo to drive her up to the Northwest Territory to check on her.
Yeah, that's true. Or Misery knew deep down inside, oh, she's about to get fucked.
That's what texting is for.
Oh my gosh. It's a sister thing. She knows. Mm-hmm. She didn't have to ask,
Hat is on the doorknob.
I will say, like you said, the scenes were really satisfying because we finally got to see that side of Koen. And you know what really killed me about the epilogue? That compared to like the heats and then the epilogue where we finally get to hear the inside of his head, I was like, this is perfect because throughout the whole book, he's notorious for not saying what he's really thinking. He just says like, yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
There's a point in which she's like, I just bit you. And he's like, mm-hmm. And meanwhile, in his mind, he's like, oh my God, she fucking bit me. I have to do something. Like he's losing his shit. And I was just thinking to myself, compare this to the heat scene, like all the stuff that's going through his mind and is actually being said. And like, oh my God, I was dying inside.
Oh yeah.
It was so good. My heart was melting page after page.
It was fantastic.
I was flying through those sections. Yes, it was.
And I love that his seconds were like, here you go. You need to do this,
Yeah.
We're not going to tell.
Go get you some.
It'll be fine.
They were like, we won't say a word, actually. Yeah. Oh, man. I thought it was fantastic.
I did enjoy the murderous aspect at the beginning where she's like, I'm going to kill them all. Why am I thinking this? Like, but get the fuck away from him.
Right?
I do love Koen being possessive. So, like, the closer she got to her heat, the more he was like, get the fuck away from her. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, love that. Love that.
Oh my God.
And then right after, whenever they're done and she walks out and Amanda's there, and I was like, Amanda, you do not have to fucking tell her that every single person around here knows that they have been getting freaky for 3 days or more. You didn't have to say that. You could have left that out.
I mean,
and it would have been okay.
But it's fun.
It's kind of implied.
What kind of friend would she be if she didn't?
Although I love Amanda. She's great.
And I know that you had brought up in, I think, the last episode that some people have issue with the whole heat thing because it feels non-consensual, but also is consensual. And I did feel that a little. Like, her desperation is what made it feel non-consensual.
Right. Some people have that problem. Yeah.
And so I wish she was just a teensy bit less desperate and like frantic about it.
It's like a fuck or die situation, which I think is actually said in the book.
Yeah. And I don't know. So I was a little I enjoyed the sex scene. I feel like it did go on. I know y'all disagree, but I do feel like it was a little much. But
I disagree.
I know.
It's a perfect kind of much.
I was waiting the entire book for that sex scene. So no, it was just as long as it needed to be.
Like Koen.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. Oh my God, I have a rant about his dick.
Uh-oh.
Oh my Lord.
Okay, so when they first start, he's like, this is the problem. And they're like pointing to his dick. And apparently the idea that I got by listening to this was that his dick was one of those too big to put both my hands around kind of dicks.
Uh-oh, this conversation.
I didn't get that.
Yeah,
I just got that she needed to be stretched.
And all I could picture was that meme, which I recently saw again, of the pineapple being shoved into a chicken. Like, I'll make it fit.
I just think that he was just a little larger than some and that she had to be stretched. And I thought that was hot, actually, that he like had to take the time.
I mean, I get that. But just in my head, it felt like the too big thing. And the picture in my head was that pineapple going into the chicken.
Ew.
Now, we aren't talking about a frozen chicken, correct?
No, a cooked chicken. Like it was stuffed.
Okay, but not. Okay. Just making sure.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Gross.
But on that thought, I also had like so when we have that trope of the too big to put my fingers around it, wrap both my hands around it. How does that work? Because, like, I know that when women have big boobs, it causes back problems, like upper back and lower back problems. So do guys get the same thing?
Great.
Have you ever seen a guy like tuck? I can't believe I'm about to say this. Have you ever seen a guy? Guys who are big like that, they put it under their belt.
I don't think.
Under their belt?
Like they pull it up instead of push it down.
I've seen that. But I'm talking.
So they're flashing people?
No.
Can you see it?
It's still covered up.
It's just easier to hide it in the belt area than it is to hide it down the leg.
But what if it comes out a little bit and it's like, boop?
Sometimes it does, but you have a shirt. Yeah. You have a shirt for a reason.
Does it hurt though?
I mean, I'm sure they figured something out so that it doesn't hurt.
I mean, what if like your significant other grabs you from the belt loop in the back and like pulls you a little bit because they're like, hey, come here. And I mean, it squishes it.
Okay, first, they are not always hard, so hopefully it's not always under the belt loop. But second, things happen, I'm sure.
But I'm talking about an unrealistic, like no guy in reality kind of size. Like thickness, not long.
I'm picturing like this really long.
But if it's not realistic, then why are we asking about it?
It's because I'm curious.
Because we only ask about realistic on this podcast.
I'm just curious because, how does that work, people? Authors, tell me. How does it work if you can't wrap both hands around it in thickness?
My point is that this book is not about the realism.
So the women will have like a black hole.
Oh, dear God.
It's like,
oh, God. Jesus Christ. That would give, if there was anything that could make me feel dry as the Sahara Desert, it was that statement. So the women are like a black hole. Jesus Christ. Oh,
Jesus. Also, I feel like she came pretty easily.
Wouldn't you?
One stroke and she was gone.
That's part of the heat.
Right.
That's part of the heat, dude.
It's also the fact that she's waited this long.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I mean, my God, he touched her and she's like, oh, okay.
I love you, Christy. Exactly. And she's been waiting.
There was that was really hindering for me was the whole I'm picturing too big for my hands.
Yeah.
And some of the dialogue was not sexy.
Oh, that be good and take my knot. That was great.
I thought it was fantastic.
I laughed. It's
not for.
I was like,
that's not for everybody. But I am the Omegaverse whore of the three of us.
Allie Hazelwood definitely is into the whole praise kink thing.
Yeah,
and I don't think I've never had anybody tell me I'm a good girl, but I feel like, you know, a little bit of that might be into it.
Yeah,
especially after reading
too much.
But the amount in this was like super.
You know what does it for me? Not the good girl, but the atta girl. That's
that did it.
That's peak. That's and the take it. That's always great.
And then he says, my perfect mate and her perfect cunt, and Serena's like, such a poetry, like such a poetry.
I mean, honestly, I would feel the same.
I like the organizational aspect of it too. When he's like, "That's it. That's where my cum goes."
That
I
funny.
pictured him saying it in like this housework organizational kind of way. Like, yep, that's where it goes. Boop.
That part did get me. I was like, oh my God, I need to hear this and not read this, because what the fuck am I reading?
Yeah, how did the audiobook sound on that part?
I mean, okay, so
that's a good question.
Some point in the audiobook, they had the guy read the beginning parts and then the female narrator did the rest of the chapter. But at some point in that, they had the guy just kind of chime in with random words.
Really? Like he started being there for certain things only?
Just for like, because Serena was supposed to be kind of out of it or something like that. And so the guy would come in with the words, and it was a little off-putting.
Maybe it's because I'm bisexual, but I feel like the women do the sexy parts better than the guys do a lot of times. And even if they're doing the guy parts, you know what I mean? Like they deliver it in a way that is hotter.
So do they do it real sexy on there?
Depends.
Are they like, be good and take my knot? Or are they like...
It's not, I mean, the guy narrator has a nice, smooth voice. I would not mind.
Was he selling it?
Yeah, was he selling it? Was he like,
Not us messing with Brittany. Was it good, Brittany?
I would not mind listening to him talk to me.
Did you pause it a lot?
Okay.
You know, I like a deep voice, and So
we do know.
I could listen to him just like saying words to me. It's fine. It didn't matter what he says. It's fine. But just when there was effort it put into it, I was like,
You're so hard to please.
I am. I know. No, it just, I don't know. The whole praise thing doesn't feel natural. I don't know why.
I see.
So I just have a logistical question about the knot, because I am not as up to date on the Omegaverse. Is it possible for the knot, because they say it only comes out for the mate, but what
apparently in this universe
it is one of those situations that you are your own mate? Would it come out?
What?
For yourself?
What?
Well,
how do you become your own mate?
You can't do that.
People marry themselves.
What, Christy?
And what if they're just like, I love you so much, to yourself, and like you're doing
Are you talking about a narcissist?
A wicked hand job, yeah. Like a wicked hand job, like of your own. And then like it comes out because it's like, well, this is my mate. And then it's like, whoop.
No. On top of that, he says during the heat that she can't come by him eating her out or him fingering her.
Yeah. That's also an interesting take on it.
Yeah. How do we have a vagina sentient enough to know when the dick is in her or when a finger is in her.
I mean, it's purely about the reproductive habit, right? Like, the idea is that your mate's knot will not ever inflate until you've realized that you have one. Or, I guess in this case, like, you won't come while you're in your heat if he doesn't penetrate. But I got the understanding that it wasn't, huh?
He said that, like, you are penetrated when you get fingered. But he said that you can't come if it's with a finger. Yeah, but that's besides my point. But I'm saying clearly it's just because in this Omega universe, she wants it to be about the mating thing. I don't think that's the case in every other one. Like, I've read plenty of other stuff where she can finish herself and doesn't have to have a mate with her to ride out a heat. So, I mean, I get that. But talking about Allie Hazelwood's world logic, you're prescribing sentience to your vagina to
this
know.
This is magic, Brittany. In this magical world,
the vagina
the
knows.
mate's vagina is sentient, okay? She knows that is not a penis. Those are fingers.
And it's like, no. Get that shit out of here.
And I'm serious about this. Yeah, like...
Give me the sausage.
Oh my God, eggs, bacon, grits, sausage. I'm a werewolf, but I still want sausage. I'm a vampire and I need sausage. Sausage. Sorry.
Oh my God, no.
Johan's gonna wake up from whatever slumber he's in and he's gonna hear me talking about werewolf sausage.
Oh man.
Anyways.
But no, like I don't think because of the way that she put heat in here that in this world you can be your own mate.
Okay. I was just curious.
I don't think so. She's messing with us. Christy is messing with us because
no, it's like cute. I just like the logistics.
Yeah.
Just to know. Because you never know.
Yeah. It's a good question because you know what I thought of? I thought of how Lo tried to demonstrate for Misery the knot because he did it himself. He created the knot himself.
See? Yeah. See? Maybe he is his own mate.
I think it just, once you meet your mate, it becomes possible for the knot to inflate.
Perhaps the penis is also sentient and can, knows the mate is nearby and is like, inflate!
Yeah.
Okay, so that also brings up the question, since you have to have a penis to make yourself come when you're in heat, what if you're a lesbian?
That's a damn good question because maybe my mate is not a man.
Oh, yeah.
That's a damn good question. You know what? That's where I draw the line with this book. And now I'm furious. This is anti-gay LGBTQ IA+. Allie Hazelwood is a gay hater, and I cannot stand for this. I'm sorry. If chat can't tell, I am joking. Okay, this was a joke.
And to bring up yet another question, I was thinking about the knot after Lo, and I was like, okay, so if we think about the knot as like a tampon, where you put it up there and it expands,
right?
I still don't understand how it hurts coming out, because unless it clamps behind the knot, then
I would think
it's gonna be open. And unlike a tampon, it doesn't go to just a string. You still have a person attached to that penis.
A person?
So
it's a shitty job.
Vagina is literally wedged open.
Okay, here's my theory on this. My theory is, wait, do I need the diagram again?
Yes, I think it crowds the opening, doesn't it?
So here is my theory. So in the same way that it is difficult to get the beginning of the bulge in, because it tapers back down towards the bottom of the shaft, the vagina squeezes around the end of the knot, which means that it's tighter near the end of the shaft at the edge of the knot, which means it's not impossible to get it out, but it's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable to get out a tampon too, but it's not it doesn't hurt.
I don't know. Usually it does kind of hurt for me to pull a tampon out.
Yeah. Well, if it's dry.
Yeah.
The dry is the problem, not the size, though.
Yeah. But I think that's why. It's not necessarily that it's impossible. It's that it's uncomfortable and it would hurt. It could potentially hurt her to pull it out.
I'm just I still can't understand because, babies come out of vaginas again. It just doesn't logically make sense that the vagina wouldn't.
I don't know. I think I understand.
Also, so one of the things that while they're doing this whole sex marathon and she gets up in the middle of the night to get water or something and he ends up bending her over the table, which, yeah, that was nice. But he comes in her. And so then I'm assuming that the knot expanded and then they're stuck.
They're stuck there. Yeah.
But it's in the kitchen, though. They can eat. Have a look.
They have rations. So it's really fine.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm stuck standing while you're bent over.
Yeah.
And here, why don't we go sit on the couch?
It does sound uncomfortable.
Let's waddle over here.
There you go. She can just sit in his lap.
But they have to walk to the couch. That's my thing. Let's waddle over here while we're attached.
They could probably carry her from behind and just she could lift her feet up.
Yeah, but she's attached to his penis. I feel like
that he would just have to kind of sumo walk,
It's possible. Yeah.
Waddle.
Yeah.
Anything's possible.
Waddle, waddle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's strong enough.
I don't think I would be strong enough not to laugh.
I'm sure there was some laughing involved here, knowing Serena.
But yeah, so I mean, it was good. I laughed a lot. It wasn't necessarily most of it for me wasn't the necessarily I've been waiting for this the way y'all have, because I was sitting there going, how does this work? Wait, his penis is too big? Oh, they're waddling? What?
Oh my gosh. Well, now that we've discussed quite a bit of the sex, let's just close the episode by discussing the end, which is where, once again, Serena decides to sacrifice herself. This is what is this, the third time she's said that she's going to sacrifice herself? And Koen's like,
something
no,
like
I don't like that.
Yeah.
But they put a tracker in her arm and kind of set up a situation so that Auntie Irene can capture her, and then they can ambush Irene in Irene's attempt to ambush them.
Yeah.
If that makes logical sense. What did crack me up is when she's waiting to be kidnapped with Amanda, and she's thinking to herself, I've never had a family to disappoint before. It's a bit of a power trip. Lots of fun. Finally, I get to disappoint my only living family members. But yeah, so she gets kidnapped, and then she is able to shift again, which they don't know. So she's able to overcome her guards.
Yeah. Okay, so them putting her in a warehouse with two human guards.
Yeah.
This was probably one of my favorite parts of the book. Although it was weird because she's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Sure, just pull my pants down. It's fine. I just don't want to sit in my urine.
Yeah. So you know what? I don't even know what to think about Serena sometimes. Girl, hold that.
Just undress me. I just went through my heat and all, but just pull my pants down. It's fine.
Right?
I have no qualms about some random stranger who kidnapped me pulling my pants down so that I can piss.
Yeah, that was a little odd.
Yeah.
I did love the description of her at the beginning of that chapter, though.
What's the description?
How pretty she is.
Oh, of her where?
How pretty, in Koen saying, it's so pretty.
Mm-hmm. It is. She's a very pretty white wolf.
She's very cuddly, like a cream-colored wolf, though, but it even seems like her ears and stuff are a little bit different size. Like, she'd be super cuddly.
Mm-hmm. She sounds adorable.
She does.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn. Sorry, not to go back to the whole sex thing, but I did have one last question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what? What's up?
She blew him.
Yeah.
Did he not in her mouth?
Did it blow the knot up?
I don't think he did. No, but didn't she give him a blowjob after he was already knotted?
Yeah.
Because he's already knotted and then
he had just come in her and then she blew him again. So I would assume that if he had just come in her, he nodded and they had to wait for him to get out of her. And then she blew him.
I can't remember what happens, but I think she asks him about the knot. And then he shows her what happens, what it looks like. And then she's like, can I touch it? And then he's like, yeah, I mean, absolutely, you can touch it. And then she goes from being interested in the anatomy to blowing him. So he was already inflated at the time that she started. And it was not even really that much of a blowjob. She admits that it's kind of a half-ass blowjob because she's never done it before, but he was very happy with it regardless.
So what would happen if she blew him and he nodded in her mouth?
It would be unfortunate. That's what would happen.
She'd need new teeth.
Yeah, that shit would hurt, bitch. Damn. It's not sound fun, but no. I'm sure creative people could find a way.
Chipmunk cheeks.
Somebody out there is thinking about it. Okay, but anyways, so she gets kidnapped. She overcomes her guards because she's able to shift. She wanders out of the cabin and follows the tracks for the people that left it and comes up on this crazy scene. There's fire and people are fighting and Koen is saving Nell's sister. And she's watching Koen, and she's like, oh, right, he hasn't seen me as a werewolf, so he doesn't recognize her. And then she realizes Irene is about to shoot Koen, so she takes a bullet for him, and all is well.
The most dramatic fashion ever.
Yes. So she gets shot, but Koen is alive, and she's fine because she's a werewolf. And then she wakes up in a hospital bed.
It was pretty disappointing, honestly.
Yeah, that's understandable. We didn't get a lot near the end. I was happy that her and Koen were okay, but, my priorities are elsewhere.
Yeah.
This is off topic, but I was scrolling down the notes to chapter 38 where Anna comes back. Yeah. And I wrote, Anna, ! And when I first, my eyes were roaming down, I saw anal and I was like, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
What did I write that? Oh, wait, it's not that. Okay, you just have a dirty mind. Okay.
I do want to say, as much as we have shit on Allie Hazelwood's ability to finish a book, I did feel like this conversation with Misery in the hospital was really important, and I was glad that we had this conversation with her.
I loved this.
Yeah.
Yes. Misery.
Yeah.
Me too.
I love their dynamic. I could have a book with just Serena and Misery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah. I love her explanation of ripping Serena a new one to Anna.
Yeah.
That was great.
Well, you see, she already has one butthole.
And when Koen is explaining that whole nodding thing, she was like, why didn't you tell me? Oh, wait, I think Misery did try to warn me about this, and I totally just blew her off.
I did think it was funny that at some point Koen was like, I thought you knew. Surprise. But they have this conversation between Misery and Serena, and Misery is basically like, why did you keep this from me? You can't continue lying to me about you and holding on to things that you think are going to hurt me and bottling stuff. Obviously we know this is a problem that Serena has. I also love that Misery was like, of course your parents were cult leaders. That explains a lot.
Yeah. What was it? What was you talked me into so much shit and I wonder why I always fell for it.
Yeah. Whenever Anna is like, Sparkles says hi, and Misery's behind her mouthing, no, she doesn't. No, cats can't talk.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. And then she's also like, should we do the toenails thing?
Yeah. I was surprised, Christy, that you were okay with, or at least I don't know if there was like some confusion or whatever, but when I read your comment where you were like, they were talking about sucking the pets dry.
So
Misery makes a joke about it.
I think I think Serena was the one that talked about sucking the pets dry because of...
No.
Oh, was it Misery? I thought Serena did, and then Misery was like, no, the pets didn't do anything wrong.
It's the opposite.
Misery. Yeah, well, no, Misery did it, and Juno told her that they can't suck the pets dry because they're innocent.
No, I think Serena said that.
Did she? Because I thought it was Juno.
No,
Juno.
And see, I thought it was the opposite. I thought Serena was like, let's suck them dry. And Misery was like...
No, it was... Misery was like, I want to beat up this little kid. We're going to suck their pets dry. And then Juno's like, no, you can't do that. But then Serena was like, well, it's not the pet's fault. And so Serena's like, you should have tried to kill the kid. And Misery was like, well, Juno said I can't do that.
Yeah.
So Serena's the one that said you shouldn't suck the pets dry. You should suck the children.
Oh.
See, Misery is a pet person in the closet. She likes to pretend like she's not. She's a reluctant pet person.
She's everybody's dad.
I don't think she would have ever...
Well, you can still be not a pet person and then also not want to take it out on an innocent creature.
I think that wasn't a joke, though. I think she likes to be like, that fucking cat.
Well, yeah. In the edition that I read.
I think it's all a bravado about, I don't like pets.
Yeah,
anyway, I like
the same way that she's like, I don't like children.
I like the aspect that when that was thrown out, it was like, hell no, they're innocent. We're not taking it out on them, but let's just kill the fucking kids. Like,
yeah, okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Who needs kids?
Oh, man. And she was right that Misery said she was never going to let her live that down. The heat thing. She was right. You're never going to get out of this.
Oh, man.
But let's see. Is there anything else we want to...
And then Twinkles comes inside. Yay!
Oh, yeah. Twinkles gets to stay with them forever.
Mm-hmm. I like that Misery is a little worried about him.
Yeah. So,
like, she's a reluctant pet person. She likes to pretend like she doesn't care about pets, but she totally does.
She does, but she was a little with Twinkles like, okay, I don't know if this is exactly what I'm signing up for with pets.
But is there anything else we forgot that is like major that we should discuss?
They finally go, oh, wait, you're not an unrequited mate. You're actually... Koen and Serena kind of go, yeah, actually, we are mates. Both of us.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? And I loved that he was like, Serena, you went into heat 2 seconds after meeting me for the first time.
He's not wrong.
She's like, you don't know that. It could have been Alex, the IT guy. I was like, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I did think that was, honestly, after we had discussed it so much, I was like, this is a stupid through line that I don't understand. Like, even though they were like, yeah, actually we are mates and have been this whole time, I was like, I don't get it. But okay.
Why did we need to talk about, she's my mate, but I'm not hers?
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you knew that all along, or if you kind of knew it deep down, I don't know, the whole thing got confusing for me.
Yeah.
But
by the end of it, I was kind of like bored, not in a bored, aggravated kind of way. Like, when is this going to end? I mean, we got the whole heat scene and the sex and all that. And then you ruin the plot, and now I'm disappointed, and I want it to end.
Well, your notes of bored now, I was like, that's very...
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Although I do love that she made him watch, was it either the It Takes Two with Mary-Kate and Ashley or The Parent Trap?
It's got to be The Parent Trap. It's got to be The Parent Trap. It might not have been the Lindsay Lohan one, though.
I forgot there's another one.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, the original. That was the better one.
Disagree.
What?
The Lindsay Lohan one is peak. It is peak. I grew up watching that, so...
I have to agree with Lily.
Ah, yes!
Sorry.
What?
It's so good. And who's in it? Is it Dennis Quaid or who's the guy in it?
Yeah.
Dennis Quaid. Oh my god, he's so fine in that movie. Yes. Absolutely. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's really that interesting outside of that movie, but something about that movie, I don't know. I have problems.
My aunt recently came with my cousin who is 12, and so she made my cousin watch it for the first time. So that was on my mind, and then it popped up in the story. I was like,
you were like, oh. Do you guys know how many times I've seen that movie? I probably know it by heart.
Oh, really? It's so funny because like the original one is the one I had always watched.
I do love that his "I love you" was such a fucking nuisance.
Yeah, that is really cute. I thought it was cute.
It's ridiculous, but that's the kind of "I love you" I would like.
That makes sense, Brittany. Yeah. Oh, I thought it was sweet. I mean, like I said,
it's the playful teasing. That's what I like.
Once we saw the other side of Koen, I knew that I don't know, he's the kind of person, you don't have to say it to me. I know.
Yeah.
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 Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
His whole or she bit him and then she freaked out about it. And she was like, but you didn't ask again.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're the most intrusive mate ever. You should have asked.
He was like, I was trying to give you space. And she's
Don't
like,
give me
what
space.
do you mean?
Don't.
Space?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That was
amazing.
It was definitely much better than Bride.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I very much enjoyed the relationship so much better than Bride.
Yes.
But as far as reading another book from Allie Hazelwood, I don't know.
I am interested in reading her Love Hypothesis book because it has the Adam Driver thing going on. I kind of want to read that out of curiosity, but other than that, I don't know. I thought that Bride was better for the plot points. I liked the plot a little more in Bride, but I thought that the romance and the relationship and the banter in this book were so much better. I enjoyed it so much more. I just felt like Koen and Serena were a better couple, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I really liked Lo for a while there, so I'm surprised to say it.
See, for me, Bride had a simple plot that lost its tension pretty quickly. And I like tension. So this one was more complicated, but it ended with a fizzle.
There was no payoff.
That is the perfect way to put it.
Yeah, I get you. What were our favorite moments from this book before we end this season?
Every scene.
Ugh.
The scent scene in Bride still haunts me. That haunts me.
At the wedding or?
Nope, when they're about to go to, what's her name, Emery?
Oh,
on the plane?
Yeah. On the plane.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that was a good one.
I mean, the peanut butter scene does stand out.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice.
Okay. What else?
Anna for me. Anna for Bride. Those are always my favorite scenes.
She's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She definitely was a highlight.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen her more even, surprisingly, because I liked her character a lot.
Yeah.
I also think that the dynamics between the werewolves and the vampires in these books were interesting. And so for that, I really give her kudos.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if her next book that she writes is in the future and Anna is the love interest?
That would be really cute.
I don't know if I would like that.
Oh, really?
Mm-mm. No.
Even if it was in the future, like it was...
No, that's my baby.
Okay.
No, that's my baby. I don't need her to get married. No, she's fine. I'm with Misery. She can be 7 forever, or how old she is.
That would be hard to write her as older and make her still as likable. That is one part.
Yeah.
So yeah, that could be a potential.
So, one of Anna's points or scenes that stands out to me is, I'm 7. Oh, she lies better with her mouth than her fingers.
Oh, man. Yeah, I thought, no, I can't. No, I would rather it be a book about Owen or someone, maybe Amanda even.
Oh, yeah.
If it was Amanda and Saul, I would read that. I would read that. But it doesn't have to be mates.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be mates.
That would actually be fun.
They're not mates as far as we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
I think, to be fair, as much as I loved the banter in this book, in Mate, none of the scenes actually kind of really stand out for me.
There's so much dialogue in this book compared to Bride. I think that's part of it, is there's so many back and forths between Serena and Koen.
Mm-hmm.
I do think the punching the mirror scene is a peak scene for me.
Okay, yeah.
Honestly, I enjoyed any of the scenes with them, but I also enjoyed the scenes with his seconds where they want her to cook for them. That was great.
Oh, those were so cute. Yes. Domesticity?
I can't say words. We neglected to talk about this, so I have to bring it up.
Okay.
There's a myth that wares have inflatable dicks.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so all the myths that they've talked about in this series have been actual real myths.
Yeah.
And now I need to know, is there an actual myth that wares have inflatable dicks?
Well, they are inflatable.
I have never heard that in my life.
Me neither.
I've never heard that.
They are inflatable, though.
Yeah, well, she says in that scene that there was a myth and that it's true.
Yeah.
She says in that scene, oh, this is one that is true. But I think Brittany's saying is that up to this point, like the myths, quote unquote, that humans have are like all...
Like vampires can't go out into the sun. And they get burned by crosses and garlic.
Those are all
and blah, blah,
real
blah.
life myths.
Yeah.
But is this also a real life myth we just don't know about?
I mean, I've read a lot of werewolf books.
Same, girl.
I need to know, is this a real...
I've never heard of it, so if any of our listeners wants to chime in and tell us, yes, this is a real thing, I need you to cite your sources.
Yeah.
Yeah, and once again, I'm not Googling that shit.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah. Neither am I.
Any last minute thoughts? I'm excited for the next season.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we have
something. It's going to be different.
Yeah.
A surprise.
Yeah. It's going to be a little different this go around. So, all right. Well, I guess we'll end there. We hope that everyone has enjoyed this season of the Midnight Readers podcast. We're going to take a short break, and then next season we'll be changing up our program a little bit and bringing you something a little different. Tune in to find out. New episodes drop each week, and don't forget to check out last season's discussion on the Twilight Saga, available now.
Please remember to like, subscribe, and follow us on social media. That like and follow are super important for us to continue to bring you new episodes each week. So please, please, please do so. You can also support us by joining us on Patreon. Thank you for listening to the Midnight Readers podcast. We'll see you soon.
Happy reading, listeners. Don't stay up too late.